Welcome to Epic Picks. In today's video, we're uncovering the top 10 hidden action movies that will keep you begging for more. These underrated films are filled with intense action, gripping plots, and unforgettable moments that will leave you craving the next scene. Get ready to discover some hidden gems that you won't be able to stop watching. Let's dive right in. Number 10, Interceptor.
Navy runs a boat.
Interceptor is a 2022 action thriller film. The United States has two interceptor launch sites aimed at intercepting any nuclear warhead launches. The first, Fort Greely in Alaska, is attacked by unknown assailants presumably affiliated with a terrorist faction, while 16 nuclear warheads are simultaneously seized from Russian territory. The second site is a remote platform in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. U.S. Army Captain J.J. Collins is recently reassigned to the latter of the two interceptor missile launch sites. Following a high-profile case where she reported sexual misconduct by her superior, she experienced hazing, bullying, and threats, and a new deployment as retaliation. Number 9, Red Right Hand.
For God.
For God.
Family.
Red Right Hand is a 2024 American action thriller film. In May 2022, Redbox Entertainment was announced to be the film's distributor in the United States. Cash is trying to live an honest and quiet life, taking care of his recently orphaned niece, Savannah, in the Appalachian town of Odom County. When the sadistic kingpin Big Cat, who runs the town, forces him back into her services, Cash learns he is capable of anything, even killing, to protect the town and the only family he has left. As the journey gets harder, Cash is drawn into a nightmare that blurs the lines between good and evil. Number 8, Kill 'Em All 2.
Where are we going?
Kill 'Em All 2 is a 2024 American direct-to-video action film. In December 2023, a sequel to Kill 'Em All, 2017, was announced with Jean-Claude Van Damme reprising his role as Philip, with principal photography beginning in January 2024. A retired spy and his long-lost daughter are living peacefully off the grid in Italy. However, when their whereabouts are discovered by the vengeful brother of their previous target, they must do whatever it takes to escape from his army of thugs. Number 7, The Hunt. The Hunt is a 2020 American action horror film. In a group chat, Athena Stone, Ted, Richard, Miranda, Julius, Peter, Martin, Mike, and Liberty discuss an upcoming hunt of deplorables at a manor. Later on Athena's private jet, a flight attendant talks to Richard, but is interrupted by Randy, who staggers out from the cargo hold. Ted claims to be a doctor and subdues Randy before Athena kills him. As the hunt begins, 11 captives consisting of Crystal, Don, Gary, Yoga Pants, Target, Staten Island, Vanilla Nice, Big Red, Trucker, and Bandana Man wake up in a forest with gags locked in their mouths. Crystal leaves while the rest go into a field and find a crate containing a pig and a cache of weapons. Yoga Pants finds the keys to their gags. Number 6, Boneyard.
Approximately 6 weeks ago, one of our concerned citizens came across human...
Boneyard is a 2024 crime thriller film about a multi-agency investigation to identify and capture a serial killer who left the remains of 11 women and girls in the New Mexico desert. Police Chief Carter, Detective Ortega, Brian Van Holt, and FBI Special Agent Petrovic, Mel Gibson, work together to find the killer. As the investigation progresses, their agendas and methods clash, and a web of intrigue casts suspicion on everyone. Number 5, The Night Comes for Us. The Night Comes for Us is a 2018 Indonesian action thriller film. Ito is one of 6 elite enforcers for the Southeast Asian Triad, known as the 6 Cs, Indonesian, Enam Laut. After massacring a village due to few villagers having stolen Triad drugs, Ito discovers a young survivor named Reina. Ito feels remorseful and kills all the Triad soldiers present. Ito later returns to his childhood home of Jakarta and hides Reina in his ex-girlfriend, Shinta's apartment. Shinta treats his wounds and calls in Fatih, a former friend and member of Ito's old gang. Fatih relocates them to his own apartment and brings in his cousin Wisnu and another member of the old gang named White Boy Bobby, a drug addict who has lost his leg. He also arranges for Ito and Reina to get new passports and escape the country. Number 4, The Bricklayer.
Well, I own a brick in my hand.
The Bricklayer is a 2023 American action thriller film. Steve Vale, a jaded CIA field agent, has become a bricklayer. When 3 international journalists have been murdered within a month, the CIA needs him again. The victims included an outspoken critic of U.S. intelligence activities across the world, and the CIA is being framed as being responsible. Kate, a highly trained expert agent, scours surveillance footage and discovers former asset Victor Radek is alive and likely responsible. Vale had been his handler and friend. Kate and CIA Director O'Malley fly to Philadelphia to recruit Vale, but he declines. They tell him that Radek, who had aligned himself with the CIA to gain asylum, had had his cover blown and his family killed by the Russians. He faked his death and has been on a vengeance-fueled rampage since. Vale has to determine who the traitor in the CIA is, stop Radek's killing spree, and salvage the CIA's reputation. Returning to his bricklaying, Vale is shot at and attacked. Discovering the men were sent by Radek, he reluctantly takes on the job. Number 3, Army of the Dead.
How would you like to make $50 million?
Army of the Dead is a 2021 American post-apocalyptic zombie heist film. A U.S. military convoy traveling from Area 51 collides with a car on a highway. The convoy's cargo, a zombie, escapes, killing and infecting soldiers before heading into Las Vegas, infecting most of its population. After a military intervention fails, the government quarantines the city. 6 years later, casino owner Bly Tanaka and his associate Martin approach mercenary and former Las Vegas resident Scott Ward about a job to recover $200 million from his casino vault in Las Vegas before the military deploys a tactical nuclear strike on the city. Ward agrees and recruits his former teammates Maria Cruz and Banderoe, along with helicopter pilot Marianne Peters, German safecracker Ludwig Dieter, and Chicano sharpshooter Mikey Guzman, who brings along his associate Chambers. Number 2, Silent Night.
Shots fired, shots fired.
Silent Night is a 2023 American action thriller film. Brian Godlock is an electrician living a happy life in the fictional town of Las Palomas, Texas, with his wife Saya and young son Taylor Michael. On Christmas Eve in 2021, Brian and Taylor are using a new bicycle on their front lawn. They are caught in the crossfire of a drive-by shooting in the middle of a gang war, and Taylor is killed. Brian immediately tries to catch and kill the gangsters, only for Playa, the leader of one of the gangs, to shoot him in the throat and leave him for dead. Brian survives, but his vocal cords have been severely damaged. Brian and Saya grieve over Taylor's death, and Saya tries to be emotionally supportive to Brian during his physical recovery, but Brian becomes cold and distant, focused only on pursuing revenge for Taylor. Number 1, Train to Busan. Train to Busan is a 2016 South Korean action horror film. Fund manager Seok Woo is a cynical workaholic and a divorced father. His estranged daughter Suwon wants to spend her birthday with her mother Na Young in Busan. Seok Woo sees a video of Suwon attempting to sing Aloha O at her singing recital and succumbing to stage fright as a result of his absence. Overcome with guilt, he decides to grant Suwon's birthday wish. The next day, they board the KTX 101 at Seoul Station, en route to Busan. Other passengers include Sang Hwa and his pregnant wife, Seong Kyung, COO Yeon Suk, a high school baseball team including player Yonggu, and his cheerleader girlfriend Jin Hee, elderly sisters In Gil and Yong Gil, and a traumatized homeless stowaway hiding in the bathroom. Before the train departs, an ill woman runs onto the train unnoticed. She turns into a zombie and attacks a train attendant, who also turns. The infection spreads rapidly throughout the train. Thank you so much for sticking with us until the end. Please subscribe to the channel and click the bell next to it so you never miss our videos.